Tips and tricks, hacks, just things to make your life easier when you're doing something. We're gonna talk about those today with the Nintendo Switch. But before we get into that, I wanna give you guys a few life hacks. One, this one's more for the environment. When you're eating your Annie's mac and cheese for lunch, add your hot sauce directly to the pan. Grab a spoon. There's no need for a bowl if you're eating it by yourself. Dirtying that dish is just bad for the environment. That's more water you're gonna have to use to wash it. This helps everybody. And yes, that's 2 weeks in a row. Mac and cheese for lunch. Annie's mac and cheese, not a sponsor, but if you wanna be. So the other hack, this one is for those of you who work at home. I have an awesome trick to help keep you motivated and keep you from laying down on the couch or going up to your bed and laying down. This is it. Are you ready for this? House shoes. Just wear house shoes when you're walking around your house. It makes it a lot less likely that you're gonna jump into your bed or lay down on the couch. You're gonna stay productive. Another thing, wear jeans. Don't wear sweats, which is what I'm doing right now. But you know what? At least I got my shoes on. All right, so the first one is probably gonna be the biggest deal for people who are coming from an Xbox or PlayStation or something like that. As most of you know, if you played an Xbox, PlayStation, really anything else, the buttons, the A, B buttons, the direct command for everything is A on the Switch, it's right there. B is to go back, it's right here. It's flipped on Xbox, it's flipped on PlayStation. So most people who come from those consoles or to those consoles from this one tend to hit the wrong buttons. Me, definitely being one of those people. I hit the wrong button all the time. So in the Switch menu, there's actually a place where you can go and do your very own button mapping. You can change any button to whatever you want. You can change the B to A, the X to Y, vice versa. You can literally change anything to whatever you want it to be. Now that works good, as I said, if you're coming from Xbox to the Switch, but this is the way around that. And I'm gonna show you how to do it right now. So it's very easy. You're gonna go into System Settings, you're gonna come down to Controllers and Sensors. You're gonna go over to change button mapping. You're either gonna see the Joy-Cons over here on the side menu or you're gonna see the Pro Controller. It depends on which one you have hooked up, but you do need to know that this only works with the Pro Controller and the Joy-Cons. It's not actually gonna work if you're trying to do this with any third-party controller at all. Just the Pro Controller, just the Joy-Cons. Now it is very easy to go in here and just reset everything, and there's even an option to where you can save presets and load presets. So if you have, maybe for a specific game that you like to use the controls in a certain way, you can actually save it as a preset, jump in here, turn it on, go into your game. When you're done, just come in here and hit reset and turn it right back off. Or if you have another preset that's for, you coming from an Xbox, so your A and B buttons are switched, you can just go right back to that. So there are a lot of options with that. Not a lot of people talk about it very much, but it is a very, very cool thing that Nintendo added in, I believe, in the software 10.0 version. Either way, if that's something that you've been worried about coming from Xbox, PlayStation, or maybe you were just curious at some point how to change the buttons, now you know. All right, the next one that we need to talk about is something to do with your pre-orders. It's gonna be how you manage your pre-orders, but I just got a great idea. We're moving into the kitchen. I just had an awesome idea. My diet sucks lately, but you know what? It's fine. Let's do this. Welcome to the Drip Media cooking channel. Oh, that's good. I don't know what made me want to make one of those. Okay, so as far as the pre-orders go, you used to not be able to do anything about your pre-orders. If you, let's say, pre-ordered a game a month in advance, 2 months in advance, as long as they will let you pre-order, however long it is, it doesn't matter. You pay for it right then, and you're pretty much stuck with the game. So recently, Nintendo has changed that. And depending on how long you have till the game is released, and they usually give you the exact amount of days. I want to say it's 5 days before. It may be different, maybe 10. But now, instead of just taking the money out of your account as soon as you pre-order the game, what they do is they let you pre-download the game so you can have it ready on your Switch, and then they will take the money out of your account however many days before. And at that point, you cannot get a refund. But let's say you've pre-ordered a game and you decide, well, maybe you don't want the game anymore. Maybe something's come out and you've seen some things that you don't like, or maybe, just the funds really aren't gonna be there. So you wanna cancel your pre-order. All you have to do is go into the eShop. Once you get into the eShop, you're gonna press the icon on the top corner that's going to take you into your own menu. At the very bottom of the list on the other side, it's going to say pre-orders. Actually, it says your pre-orders. You can see right here, your pre-orders right there. But right here is where you can cancel those. You should be able to see how many days you have left, all that stuff. All that information is going to be right there. And it's really, really nice to be able to do that now, because before, as I said, once you pre-ordered it, you're pretty much done. I mean, it's not a root beer float, but a Coke float is definitely the next best thing. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about are the download priorities and the download speeds. Now, this is kind of going to be a two-parter. One of them is a little easier than the other. The other one's going to take a little bit more explaining, and I'm kind of just going to have to explain the first part because I can't really show you. Well, actually, I can't really show you a lot of this. Well, I guess I could cover up my IP address. I don't know. I'm going to try to show you as much of this as I can, but if I can't show a lot, just try to follow along. It's very easy. As far as download priorities, let me give you this scenario. Let's say you have a Switch Lite and you just got a Switch OLED and you're trying to download all of your games onto the Switch. Now, it used to be that whatever order you downloaded those in, or whatever order you put them in the queue, that's just the way that they would download. Now, you can actually go click on that game. When you click on the game with A, it's going to bring up another menu, and it's going to actually let you move that to the top of the priority list as far as download. So if there's a game that you want to play now, let's say you're downloading 2 or 3 and you want that one to be moved to the front, all you have to do is go to it and just put it as the highest priority. It will move right to the front, download first. You can get to playing that game before the other ones are finished. So that's an easy one. Now, another one that I just figured out, this is very, very cool. Didn't realize this was a thing. I have not tried it yet, but I've seen 2 people online that have done it. But this is actually going to increase the download speeds and really your internet connection with your Switch. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do this right now. We're gonna try it out and see how well this actually works. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna test my connection really fast. Okay, we have a download speed of 30.5 and an upload of 9.3. So we're gonna go ahead and change some things here. We're gonna see if we can make this a little bit better. So we're gonna go over to internet settings. It's searching for networks. You're gonna click on the network that you are actually connected to already. We're gonna go down to change settings. Now, what you're gonna wanna look at here is the DNS settings. It's on automatic right now, and you want to go down and change that to manual. The primary DNS, we're going to change that one to 8.8.8.8. That is actually Google's server. Then we're going to go down to the secondary one. Okay, and the secondary one, also Google, we're going to do 8.8.4.4. After that, you're gonna go down to the MTU. That should be set on 1400. What you wanna do is actually change that from 1400 to 1500, which I guess is the max. I'm not really sure about any of this stuff. Like I said, I saw this stuff online. This part I saw on a video from RGT85. Shout out to him, but I did look into it a little bit deeper. This seemed to help them a ton, so we're gonna go ahead and do that, and we're gonna see what it does for us. Now, if we go back, test the connection one more time, the download speed actually has increased. We're at 37.1 now, which is more than we had, so it did actually help a little bit. So if you are having a little bit of trouble online or having slow download speeds, you may want to try this, but if you have bad internet, it's not going to help you anyway. You have to have at least decent internet for this to really work at all. All right, next one. Again, a quick one, but another thing that's really cool about the Switch, especially when you do take a lot of screenshots or in-game pictures, whatever. Now, obviously, all those are going to be saved right here in your album. You're going to be able to see all the pictures you've taken here from whatever game, and mine are all messed up because I time travel in Animal Crossing too much. But let's just go ahead and grab, this one. This is a cool one. Now let's say I want to get this over to my phone or over to Instagram or Twitter or whatever, Facebook. I'm not sure exactly which ones are hooked up here, but you can actually hook all those up. You can sign in on the Switch to all of those and send them directly to your social medias. So that's definitely one way to do it, but what I like to do is actually send them directly over to my iPhone. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. So this one we can put up right here on the screen. You're gonna see right down here, you can press A for sharing and editing. You're gonna hit that. You have the option to post. You have the option to send to a smartphone. You can add text, copy, or delete. So we're gonna go ahead and send to smartphone. Only this one. You can do batch photos. I think you can do 10 at a time. If you have videos, I think you can do a little bit less, but if you have photos, it's 10 at a time. So we're gonna say just this one, and then you'll see here, we get a QR code that pops up. So obviously, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna go to this network, and then we wait for a second, and as you can see here, another barcode pops up on the other side. So you're gonna do the same exact thing. Now this will be the one, get in focus, there you go. So click that, go, and it takes you right there where your photo's at. You can click on your photo, add to photos, and boom, it's on your camera roll. So now you can do whatever you want with it. You can edit it, you can do whatever. This is exactly how I was transferring all the photos I was doing from Pokemon Snap from my Switch over to my iPad so I could actually edit them in Lightroom and Photoshop and do what I was doing to them. So I don't exactly remember when that one was added, but that is actually a feature that I use a ton. I am not somebody who uses the social media feature of that, which I probably should. I guess I could, I don't know. Let's actually see what social medias you can hook up to it. Okay, so it does look like I can actually post right to Twitter. I don't know when I set this up, but I guess I did at some point. So we'll go ahead and we'll hit that there. We're just gonna post this on Twitter. So I guess if you don't follow me on Twitter, go find this picture and like it, or I don't know, comment on it or something. All right, so one more, and this to me is a big one that we should have had a long time ago. I can't believe it took this long, but for some reason, Nintendo just decided to flip the switch that let us use Bluetooth audio headsets with our Nintendo Switch without an adapter. There are some catches to that. We'll go over those in a second, but I'm gonna show you how to do that. You're gonna come right over here to System Settings. You're gonna go right here to Bluetooth Audio, and you can see here it says Pair Device. It's literally that simple. You're gonna put your headphones in pairing mode. You know, all headphones are different, so whatever way you pair your headphones with anything, you put them in that mode, they'll show up, you click on them, they're ready to go. There are a few things that you need to know about the Bluetooth headsets and when you're using them, and certain situations where it's not gonna work as well. There are some weird, kind of wonky things that happen when you have more than one thing hooked up to it at a time. It's not that bad if you only have a few. One thing you definitely need to know though, if you have a set of Bluetooth headphones connected to the Switch, you will only be able to use 2 controllers at that point. That's it. You cannot hook anything else up. If you're using it by yourself, let's say in like handheld mode, just with Bluetooth headphones, you're gonna be fine. If you're sitting on the couch and you're playing by yourself, you know, with headphones on and the controller, you're gonna be fine. It's when you start adding other stuff and trying to get, you know, another set of headphones, other controllers, that's when you're gonna run into problems. It is very nice to not have to use another adapter just to have Bluetooth audio in a what's basically a mobile device. It should have been there from day one. Clearly it was there from day one. They just didn't activate it for some reason. But that is what I got for you guys today. There are 2 other videos that I have just like this. I'm sure you probably saw in the title. This is the 3rd one. I'm linking the other 2 right here, right now. We've had our lunch. We've even had dessert. We're good. We're good for a while. I don't even know if I'll eat dinner. I probably won't even eat dinner. Maybe I will. Either way, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like. Make sure you are subscribed, and we'll see you in the next one.